Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to another episode of What Would Brev Do? This is the series where I play an entire ranked game and I talk about what's going on in my head the entire time. We are rocking with somewhat of the same lineup as last episode. We're mixing it up a bit. The guys that are staying are Soriano, Hendrick, and Escobar, but I put some guys in here that I want to get some more reps with / just see how they are in general. We got Yoelqui Cespedes in center field. We're going to rock Awards Reggie Jackson in right. Excited about this card. I am an A's fan, so love me some Reggie Jackson. We've also got Tops Now Correa at short, which is a card I haven't gotten to use much, so excited to try him out. And then, of course, I want to try the very much hyped MJ Melendez at catcher. On the bench, we've got Fox there for Melendez protection, Henderson for our middle infield since they're both righties, Brujan's our switch hitter, and then Pujols and Castellanos. On the mound, I think we're going to go ahead and do our yearly Maddux video. Maddux year over year is one of my favorite pitchers to use on this game, and it's kind of become a bit of a tradition over the last couple years that I pretty much always do a What Would Brev Do on pitching with Maddux. He's a guy you can get very creative with sequencing because of the fact that he throws slow, has amazing control. You can really have people beat themselves very often by pitching to contact and doing some weird things with tunneling and mixing up your pitches as well. Something I've talked about in the past with Maddux the last couple years is even though he's a sinker primary, throwing the cutter more than the sinker is pretty good because the way the timing windows work on this game, you actually have to, when the sinker and the cutter are the same speed, you actually have to swing earlier at a sinker to have good timing than you would at a cutter. So in a way, you can kind of offset the lack of speed differential by featuring the cutter more than the sinker, and then when you do throw the sinker, you can kind of catch up on them and create some perceived velocity, which is something I talked about the very first time I did a Maddux video. But the Takashi card art looks insane. Every Takashi card this year looks so good, but Maddux is especially, with him coming way over the top. Super cool. So I'm excited to use him. He's also got a slider thrown pretty hard relative to his other pitches, which is kind of a new thing for him. I don't know that his 99s typically have a slider like that, especially at that velocity, so we'll try to play around with it, see how good it is. But mostly we're going to be throwing sinkers, cutters, and circle changeups, with the occasional slow curve that will not be in the strike zone, hopefully. Because when they're in the strike zone, they get crushed. We're taking on what I think was a super fractured David Price. Honestly, haven't hit against Price in a hot minute. Haven't seen this card for multiple weeks. Still very good, though, in my opinion. Probably going to be an adjustment period for us. Kind of refreshing, though. Not facing the same guys over and over. Price is another guy that features a pitch repertoire that you'll see quite a bit. Obviously, sinker cutter. More specifically with Price, I would say that I'm a bit more aggressive early in counts compared to other sinker cutter guys you might face. Like the last couple episodes we've hit against Burns and Halladay, who have great control. Price's control actually isn't that great. So he's a guy I typically like to be a bit more aggressive with early in the count because he's absolutely someone who will accidentally leave a sinker or a cutter down the middle early in a count when they're just trying to hit the corner. So those are the mistakes we have to try to take advantage of facing David. Will we do it in the first inning? Possibly. If he's going to hang me a changeup to Soriano, we will do it in the first inning. Great start, man. Trickling a single through, and then Soriano with the perfect double. We continue to hit with Soriano. One of my best cards since I picked him up, and now he could very realistically pitch around Babe Ruth here to load the bases. We will see what he does. Also, typical with sinker cutter guys, you're going to see a lot of sinkers arm side and a lot of cutters glove side. People typically work off of those two things. Little slide step curveball action. I love it. All right, 3-2. He absolutely does not have to throw us a strike here, so we have to be disciplined. Oh, That's about the nastiest pitch he could have thrown. I already told myself I wasn't going to swing at an inside tunnel because it was probably a sinker running off the plate. That is a huge pitch from him. Nothing I could do but tip my cap. I had already decided I wasn't going to swing if the pitch was coming inside. So, great job. Also going infield in here. Really trying to turn this into a 0 for us.
That one drifts inside. Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second.
Reggie on deck. Again, does not have to throw us a strike. We'll see what he does. And he did go ahead and walk us. So left on left. No double plays here would be great. Also trying very hard not to roll over on cutters outside. That is the #1 thing I don't want to do here.
Next pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1. Kicks and deals.
I am late on a curve. He's getting way behind the ball here. I am going to tag. I have 82 speed. I think I'm in there. We are in there. That was a pretty close tag. If I had hit that ball maybe 20 feet shorter, I think I would have held up because it's not worth the risk with the bases loaded and the righty on deck. Pretty lucky to get a run in with that swing, honestly. Gotta be early on that hanging curve.
Nightmare scenario for starting pitching, but you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
He's doing a good job here painting the corners, though. Haven't really seen anything hung besides the one changeup to Soriano.
8 miles per hour up on the scoreboard. They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Great pitch. We sneak it through. Not going to score on that arm. Probably should have been an inning-ending ground out there, but we're getting real lucky with the trickling ground balls here. We got Melendez in his ranked debut, trying to do some damage left on left. And I swung late side of good. Gotta be earlier there, dude. Oh, what a missed opportunity. People are almost always going to throw you sinker first pitch there, by the way. It's just a crutch. Like, that's a huge spot. You have the advantage as the pitcher left on left. You just want to slam the sinker inside and hope that your opponent does what I did. If I'd have just been a little bit earlier with Melendez and a lot earlier with Jackson, that inning could have been huge for us, but unfortunately we only score 1. Now we are on the bump with my boy Greg Maddux. I just love Maddux so much, man. The control he has, dotting everywhere, the sinker cutter dynamic, the fact that he's a finesse pitcher. I've always loved finesse pitchers in general, even in real life. I think one of my favorite pitchers growing up to watch was Cliff Lee, which kind of dates me a little bit, but I just love him, man. You can do so much with the circle change and the sinker. They move exactly the same way, so you'll see me do stuff like this where I just throw them back to back in the same tunnel. They look the same, and you just mess with their timing, and they do stuff like that, like waiting too long on a changeup. And then, yeah, really featuring the cutter quite a bit, too. Really as like a baseline pitch, throwing the cutter maybe more than any other pitch. Really helps establish like a better baseline velocity in like a mid-range, so that when you do throw the sinker, it feels like it's getting up on them fast, since you technically have to wait back longer on a cutter to hit it good timing, even though they're the same speed. Kind of already said that in the intro, but guess it's worth saying again. Front door sinker, having none of it. Let's see if he goes back to the cutter back door here. Maybe he is just going to save it for a lefty matchup. I'm thinking about it, though. Worried about cutters over here. That wasn't a cutter. That was a four-seam fastball that Escobar destroyed. Dad Red comes through again, 2-0. That's a PCI jammer right there. A Quentin jammer. 2-0. Love to see it. Maddux can hit slightly, but Might as well see some extra pitches here. Probably not going to be on base, so get some extra reps with the eyeballs. I don't know why I keep playing people who throw four seams a lot with sinker ballers. Maybe somebody put out a video saying it's good or something. I don't know. Somebody was doing it with Keuchel earlier. Crazy stuff. Alright, back to the left on left stuff again. If they throw me sinker inside, I'm trying to pull it, not be late. Like that. Couldn't keep it fair though. And if they're running a cutter away from me, I'm really trying to sit back, and I do not want to swing early at it. Disgusting pitch. Okay, so that's twice now he's gotten a strikeout left on the inside corner. So moving forward in lefty-lefty matchups, we are going to have to be a bit more refined with our two-strike approach. And if he ends up running the sinker on us, then we're just going to shatter our bat or whatever. Pretty bad inning from us, though, honestly, besides the Escobar bomb. Could throw one sinker in here, and then we'll go cutter. Got him swinging first pitch. Reggie! Nice play. Look at Reggie in the old school A's uniforms. It just looks right. I mean, look at the par on this cutter and the break at the same time. Just put the ball wherever you want, man. Your opponent's really got to be disciplined and good with their PCI placement to hit Maddux well. I really think he's a top pitcher right now. Is this a 3-pitch inning? Correa with the cannon. Maddux doing Maddux stuff. You can see him early on that cutter there. That's exactly what we want to see.
Leading off for Oakland, the first baseman, Babe. First pitch, and he just misses.
Yeah, sticking with our approach early versus Price here, looking for stuff down the middle early in the count. And then we're actually adjusting our two-strike approach quite a bit. Usually I lay off stuff inside with 2 strikes left on left, because people spam sinkers in here, but he's caught us looking a couple times now, so now we have to swing. If it tunnels inside, we got to try to hit it based on how he's been pitching. Didn't go there, though, twice in a row. Last time 3-2, of course, was the front door cutter, so that's what we're looking for. And we're late. Couldn't quite time it up. Thought that might drop for a sec. Was kind of excited. So he did throw the same pitch. We just didn't execute. We're on top of him, though, for sure. It's weird how much more he's thrown the 4-seam. I don't know that he threw a 4-seam at all in the first inning, but now it's a lot of them. Good rip there by Correa. Just a line out on a good swing. Nothing we could do. I take that swing every time. And most of the time it's going to be a double, at least. Alright, back to patience left on left. Early. Looking for sinkers down the middle or spinning cutters down the middle or something like that. Spinning cutters down the middle. That's what we're looking for. Reggie Jackson, Oppo. Is that 3 solo shots this game? No, it's only 2. Perfect approach, though, man. And another line out. We really could have hit back-to-back-to-back home runs there, maybe, on a different day. Great stuff, though. Sometimes you guys watch me, and maybe you're wondering why I take so many pitches. But it's literally just the approach I've already established ahead of time, right? Left on left, first Price. This is what I want to do. Look for sinkers and cutters middle, because I know he can throw them sometimes because he doesn't have the best control. That's my approach. And that doesn't mean you have to use my approach. It simply means, as a long-term piece of advice, know what pitches are meta or what pitchers you're seeing a lot, and have a plan ahead of time. Like last year when DeGrom was dominating everybody in ranked. I would ask people, well, what's your approach against DeGrom? And sometimes they wouldn't have an answer. Well, when you're seeing DeGrom every third game, you have to have an approach. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Just pick something. If you can't hit his fastball, then sit off speed, right? Do something. So that's what you really got to do when you're playing a lot of ranked and you're trying to climb on this game. Especially from a hitter's perspective. Have an approach. I'm sad I just gave up that bomb. This guy is swinging at everything. I really should be kind of out of the strike zone here a little bit, but I was on my soapbox, and we lost the shutout because of it. I just realized this is my 15th pitch, and we're in the bottom of the third. So we were well on pace to throw a Maddux if I didn't blow the shutout. But moving forward, this guy's going to get a heavy dose of balls for sure. Alright, Eovaldi out of the pen. I feel kind of bad. This guy is kind of rocking a bit of a budget squad in a way. Price and Eovaldi are cards that I haven't seen in quite some time. But at the end of the day, this is ranked, and we gotta punish him for using, especially a card like Eovaldi. We gotta put up some runs here.
Swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Great pitch. Don't really want any part of that unless there's 2 strikes. And Melendez hits a the middle base hit. We get Escobar up again. I get literally excited every time Escobar's up. I think it goes back to last year when his all-star card was so good for me too. Should maybe consider batting him higher than 8th, to be honest. I like the delayed gratification, I guess.
Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Next offering misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Drilled to the air.
And it is very gratifying. Extreme delayed gratification. Escobar with his 2nd bomb. That one went a mile. Again, hitting a fastball with the dead red quirk. We are off to the races. We scored every half inning. That's kind of wild. Shouldn't have thrown away my at bat with Maddux though there. Should have taken some pitches. I just got on my soapbox about having an approach too, but I don't know that I've seen Eovaldi in ranked once, so I don't really have one, I guess, right now. I know he has fastball cutter, some form of changeup like splitter or straight change. Can't be taking that. Thought it would break more off the plate. Good pitch. Oh, man. The dives this year, man, killing me. Well, Escobar did something, that's good. And now this guy's getting a heavy dose of not strikes, especially with how much we're up right now. He's probably going to be pressing a bit at the plate. Try to get some contact outs on stuff not in the zone. That was supposed to be not in the zone. Dang it, man. I think I'm straying away from Maddux's what's good for Maddux, to be honest. I need to throw more cutters and more stuff off the plate for sure. It sucks that, to be honest, he's only taken 2 good swings the whole game. It sucks that they're both home runs. But we'll keep grinding. Yeah, like, this is free. If he's going to swing at that, we're just going to take that. He's almost never getting on base doing that. So then maybe we try changeups off the plate away, or like cutters in. Do I dive for this? I don't even have to. Hendricks played insane defense for me. Yeah, this guy is as free swinger as free swinger gets, so it's hard for me to really get into the niche sequencing of Maddux. So depending on how long this game lasts, and if he just continues to swing first pitch a lot, Come on with the dives, man. Dear Lord. So annoying. We may feature like Escobar on the thumbnail or something and then try to pick up another Maddux game later for you guys.
That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
But I'm sure you've learned a lot so far anyways with him.
The next pitch
Ball, that
misses.
pitch is out.
Count 1-2. And a good eye there.
Okay. Again, kind of worried about cutters outside. Really try hard to not roll over on them when they're a thing.
Out to short.
Hey, at least he didn't have to dive for that one. I'm absolutely crushing the ball, though. Hitting it right at people.
Now at the plate.
Bit of a lull in the offense.
Jackson. In there, and it's 0-1. Is there a little wrinkle to that?
Maybe Reggie can get his second bomb.
Little slider action.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly.
Nothing I can really do with either of those pitches.
Down in the zone. I think you set
So might as well
yourself
take 'em.
because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Next pitch misses. It's 2-2.
I got the count.
Well, he's
2-2.
not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so
Mm.
I think umpires will look
What did
at
he get
him
me out on
and
before?
determine whether it's a ball or
Curve?
strike, if he swings or not.
Why do I not listen to myself, man? I could literally guess exactly right, and then my fingers are like, nah, we're good. Well, that's not good. This is somehow still a very losable game.
Back to the mound.
I would prefer to score maybe like
And Betts is
2 or 3 more and hold him to 2 runs.
And now Polanco.
I don't really know what this guy's doing at the plate, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Hard on the ground.
I couldn't tell you the last time
And he takes it himself.
I threw this few pitches through this far in the game.
Now at the plate.
He just does not care.
First
Ball,
pitch
that's
just
inside.
misses. Swing and a miss.
I got one
And the
ball,
count
one
even at
strike.
1. 2 down.
Tunnel the circle change in sinker again. That's with his timing.
So a foul ball makes it
And then I think we try a front door circle change. He should be super early on this with how he's been swinging it. He was, but he fouled it. Kind of wanted it in the zone. Let's bury a curve. Haven't shown him a curve yet.
And that one
Fouls it off again. The no-wind foul ball.
Here's a 1-2.
Excellent display of hitting.
Stays alive.
And all of a sudden we can't get him out.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Nice. Got him to chase the cutter in.
Makes
But yeah, I mean, we've given up a couple of solo shots, but you can see the appeal of Maddux. Like, every pitch I throw is pretty much right where I want it to be, assuming my input's good, especially with cutters and sinkers, which is the bread and butter.
Inside, just missed.
He's getting a lot of innings out of Uvalde.
Line to kick the pitch. Flips the corner and a count 1-2.
That's a great tunnel.
Right field, pretty well struck.
Really good pitching by him there.
Pulls it in on the warning.
Had to protect because it looked exactly like the four seam that he just painted me with.
Here's the catcher to hit.
We took a pretty good swing at it, all things considered, but that's just pretty much an unhittable pitch.
In the air, pretty deep.
Late side of good with Melendez again. We are kind of choking this game.
2 outs, bases
I
out.
shouldn't be getting worked over by Eovaldi for sure. This man just intentionally walked Escobar. He said nope. That's amazing. He said absolutely not. Not 3 times. Not yet anyways.
The pitcher, a false scouting report on me.
Maddux with a little bloopy doop single here would be huge. With Hendrick on deck.
Inside, just missed.
Would be extremely threatening. Would turn this inning completely around. There it is.
Line drive, base
Do we go to third? We'll go to third because he took such a weird angle. All right. This is what we wanted. Maddux can swing it a little bit. This is the matchup. He'll go lefty here, but this is what we wanted. Need to take advantage of stuff like this for sure. Let's see who he brings in. Chapman. Alright. Based on how he's been pitching, I'm going to sit off speed. He seems like an off speed Chapman thrower.
Perhaps is going to be in the rotation. Or maybe a long relief guy to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
Get through? No. Good swing, just over the top. Good timing. I'll be honest, I don't know how I've only scored 5. I feel like I've been hitting so well. We need to start tracking his bench as well. He burned Jordan earlier, took me deep, and now this is Devers. His remaining bench is Seager, Robert, and Garver. So he's got 1 lefty, 2 righties left. I think I'm gonna try to bury a curve, not with 2 strikes, so I can steal a strike here. Then maybe we'll try to paint something with 2 strikes. Little front door sinker action. Oh, that was almost gross. We'll tunnel the changeup now. That was gross. He was kind of on it though. We'll go sinker outside now. Last time I threw a changeup outside, he sat back on it really well, so we'll try to speed it up. Yeah, he's super late. So that's just the sinker circle change tunneling and keeping track of his bat speed in certain areas of the strike zone. We've thrown a lot of outside belt high circle changeups to lefties, and props to him making the adjustment. I actually slowed his bat down last time I threw one and fouled it off. So I picked up on that, and we went ahead and went sinker outside to counter.
The right fielder, number 10, Ryan Reynolds.
I need to catch this in the air. All right, good job, Alfonso. If that dropped, he was safe. Good defense. Need some insurance for sure. We'll get the bullpen up. Kind of torch from last game. And he's leaving Devers in to pitch. I don't know if this was an accident. Sometimes when it prompts you to change your pitcher and you back out, you can't go back and you are forced to do the 3-batter minimum with a position player, which so far is working out well for him. So maybe that happened. He definitely should not be giving up in a 3-run game for sure. If he did this on purpose, I would encourage him not to do that next time. This is a very winnable game for him, especially as the home team. But it's possible he did this accidentally. We'll find out after Ruth, or after the next batter. Nice. Nothing to celebrate. That's literally Babe Ruth versus a position player. Wish I could get more excited. I really hope he brings in a pitcher after this at bat, man.
Over to first. That takes care of Correa. So digging in, Reggie Jackson.
Nope, he's just letting it ride. All right, well, we'll pitch. We'll pitch the bottom of the 7th, and then if he leaves Devers in to pitch the 8th, I'll probably just end the video. There's no reason you guys need to sit here and watch me hit against Rafael Devers. Get to see Reggie's no doubter, though. That's pretty cool. His second of the game. Who's excited?
Now batting.
Now it's going to be
No mercy, by the way. We're trying to crush every pitch here from Devers. We suck at it, though. All right. One more inning. Like I said, one more inning with Maddux. And if he continues not caring about this game, then we will call it. But again, we're going to work the cutter off the plate. It's been our best pitch. Got him swinging at it again. Easy one pitch out. 39 pitches through 6 1/3. What is this game? Got him again. Severe lack of adjustments from him, to be honest, especially from his right-handed hitters.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
The 1-1.
Really haven't thrown the slider much. Haven't really felt the need to be honest. All right, I think we'll try the sinker off the plate outside again, and then if he takes that for some reason, or we get to 3-2, I'll try a backdoor cutter off of the tunnel. We'll throw it again. We'll just repeat. Maybe slightly lower. All right. Now we go with our plan. Great at bat from him, actually.
Remains 3-2. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Got him. Blowing in sinker. All right, will he change pitchers here? He might just quit out. That'd be ideal, actually. Nice. It all works out. We get through 7. We get to show off the Maddux a little bit. I think I'm going to feature, like I said, probably someone like Escobar on the thumbnail, and we'll do a different Maddux video later on. But I hope you guys learned something with him specifically as well, and maybe our approach the early innings in this one against Price. Some good stuff there, especially the at-bat where I swung second pitch on the cutter down the middle with Reggie was like perfectly executing our approach versus David. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, guys. See you next time.